Animation has recently been developing and going through a brand new stage in its era. Movies like Puss in Boots: The Last Wish and Across the Spider-Verse have been breakthroughs in the animated landscape of cinema. Gone are the days of, okay, so maybe animation overall has been getting a little stale, but today I wanted to look at a movie I rewatched recently and have become obsessed with thanks to its unique style and genre-defining storytelling. This is why Fantastic Mr. Fox is fantastic. After taking the time to rewatch it twice recently, I've realized that this movie might actually be one of the best I've ever seen, and definitely in the top 10 animated tier list. First is WALL-E, that will always be the best film ever made. Then it's all of these, I don't know what to do with them, you figure it out for yourself. I'm sure I don't need to go into too much detail about the story, since it's based off of one of the most successful Roald Dahl books of all time. Just know that it has a phenomenal and very engaging plot. Also, yes, this video will contain a lot of spoilers and pretty much the entire movie. It's been 14 years since its release, okay, just give me a break. Now, I was thinking about making this video a rundown of the story and everything regarding that side of the film, but I felt like that would just be boring. Instead, I'm choosing to focus on all of these themes for the video, so please enjoy me ramble about some animated furries. The animation style is likely the first thing you think of when seeing this movie. Unlike traditional films, this is entirely stop motion and uses real material for the effects. Mr. Fox's fur was made from a combination of real goat hair, toy hair, and also artificially made fur to create what we see in the film. The smoke from explosions was created using wool, and I love that this is so clearly visible when watching, and they weren't afraid to just have it there in front of your face. Wes Anderson wasn't afraid of using simple techniques for this blockbuster, and it paid off because this film has aged fantastically. All stop motion films stand the test of time and always seem to be more of the creative films out there. Chicken Run, Corpse Bride, Isle of Dogs, and most importantly, Flushed Away. Something about the way this movie is shot is both surreal and captivating. There are a bunch of prolonged shots that use clever use of the foreground and background to create a large scale in a world that is so small from a brief glimpse. Take this scene for example, where Mr. Fox is eating breakfast and discussing his plans of escaping animal poverty and buying a new property on the market. This nearly minute-long scene has only two changes in how it's shot. A zoom in and a zoom out. That's it. Yet despite this, it remains one of the many scenes in this film that grab your attention and force your eyes to focus on everything going on, not just the center. Other shots such as the ending scene where the two lovers are walking down the shopping aisle are also brilliantly done. Any typical film would keep the characters in the center of the frame so you know where to keep focus, but this shot takes that idea, says fuck you to it, and goes for something rarely done in animation. Something as simple as a walking scene can be made infinitely more interesting with a different angle, and that's something this movie does fantastically. On a side note, this movie as well is just gorgeous, and no matter how it's captured for the big screen, it feels very cozy thanks to the autumn colours and impressively effective lighting. I don't know if this is my favourite part of the movie. I don't know what that is, to be honest, but this movie definitely uses it to its advantage. The cast all portray their characters perfectly, and it's rare that we see such a bland speech be used in such an intriguing way for a kid's animated film. Mr. Fox isn't an over-eccentric protagonist. He's like us. He's normal. In fact, George Clooney's portrayal of this fictional fox feels like a typical father. He's blunt, he sticks to himself, he can be talkative when he wants to be, but completely silent when no one else is around. He cracks jokes. He's like the father that a lot of kids grew up with, and that creates a massive feeling of comfort for me especially. Bill Murray as the Badger as well works amazingly, being the most generic yet likeable businessman you'll ever see. Mrs. Fox, or Felicity, is the perfect portrayal of a mother, being both loving and an annoying sod at times, and every other character is also just perfect, like genuinely just perfect. Without the cast we got, I doubt this movie would be as captivating as it is. This film contains zero filler, and everything you hear you really want to remember, as it only increases your relationship with the characters you see on screen. You need to be a special type of filmmaker to make a movie not feel dependent on what's being said. And whilst I believe this film has a brilliant script, I could also watch this film with no voices and be just as invested. The way each character's face is used to convey their emotion is done amazingly, that I feel like you could watch this whole film with no audio at all and still understand what's going on. These people have true feelings. They cry, they're scared, they're pissed. No matter where they are or what they are as human as animated animals can be. Zootopia wishes it could be on this level. Why is this not done more? I cannot name a single animated film involving animals that is less dependent on voice acting than this. I dare you to challenge me in the comments. Okay, so this might be the best part of the movie. When I was a kid, I was unaware of the things in society people don't like to address. All I cared about was playing Mario, watching Wall-E on repeat, and making stupid drawings on PictoChat. But now, being an 18-year-old man, that feels really weird to say, I understand that this movie is so much more than just a little kids flick. This film caters to anyone. For the kids, it will be the humour and animation that drives most of that interest. But for me, it's now the overarching theme that makes these characters feel so authentic. Mr. Fox isn't a happy-go-lucky man. He's troubled, frightened of the idea that he will become a wild animal like he used to be. He isn't a traditional hero that starts off normal and ends up becoming a saint. Mr. Fox is constantly questioning himself, thinking about what he could do to be a better father and husband, but by doing so, falls back into an obsession that he eventually couldn't control anymore, causing his family to lose trust in him, as well as endangering all the animals in his community. But he learns that whilst this is important to remain confident in yourself, you also must grow with the times and understand that some things are better off left in the past. He never needed to steal the chickens, he never needed to steal the cider, and he never needed to interfere with the farmers that he so truly hated. But he did because he wanted to, which creates a moment in the film that perfectly details this moment of true realization.
Badger's right. These farmers aren't going to quit until they catch me. I shouldn't have lied to your face. I shouldn't have fallen off the wagon and started secretly stealing chickens on the sly. I shouldn't have pushed these farmers so far and tried to embarrass them and cuss with their heads. I enjoyed it, but I shouldn't have done it. And now there's only one way out. Maybe if I hand myself over and let them kill me, stuff me, and hang me over their mantelpiece.
You'll do no such thing.
Darling, maybe they'll let everyone else live.
Oh, why'd you have to get us into this, Foxy?
I don't know, but I have a possible theory. I think I have this thing where I need everybody to think I'm the greatest, the quote-unquote fantastic Mr. Fox. And if they aren't completely knocked out and dazzled and kind of intimidated by me, then I don't feel good about myself. Foxes traditionally like to court danger, hunt prey, and outsmart predators, and that's what I'm actually good at. I think at the end of the day, I'm just...
I know. We're wild animals.
I guess we always were.
I don't know what it is about this scene, but it really is one of those rare moments where you actually feel connected with an animated character. You'll always have other movies that convey a serious message underneath, but to have the main character admit his wrongdoings and deal with his own mortality in such a powerful way isn't something done much, and it makes this scene feel like a turning point for his mentality in this movie. Fantastic Mr. Fox is more than a funny children's animation. It's a movie about coming to terms with oneself, a piece of cinema that disguises adult realities and situations under stop-motion animals. Rewatching this film after so long has put it in a new perspective for me, and as a much older person, I can now really appreciate it for the serious topics it discusses, while still loving it for its comedic moments and amazing action scenes. This film may have failed in the box office, and whilst that is incredibly sad because I feel like most people have forgotten this film, it's still a fantastic piece of cinema, and I truly think it will continue to live on as a staple in the animated world. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for watching this video. I do really appreciate it, and I love all of you guys for the support recently. It's honestly been so amazing to see. To have 3 videos hit a K, like since my return, has been incredible, and I just want to say thank you to all of you. If you guys want me to do any more, you know, video essay kind of things like this, talking about movies or games or whatever, please just say in the comments, and I would love to do that. I'm always willing to, you know, watch something or play something new, or, you know, go back to something that I used to love, just like this movie. Please let me know, and I'll be happy to do it. Thank you so much everyone for watching. I love you all. Peace.